Hello, my name is Tracy Allen and I want to welcome you to Cooking with Some Friends. Hello, welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. Tonight I'm going to make a very simple recipe. It's called chocolate peanut butter crispy bars, and it begins very simply, and really throughout the recipe it's very minimal prep time or things that you need to do. So I'm going to start with a chocolate brownie mix, and it's a fudgy brownie mix. So I'm going to add that to my bowl, and I'm going to prepare it according to the package directions. So it'll depend on which brownie mix you buy, what you need to add. So this particular one calls for 2 eggs. And I'm gonna bake this at 350 in a 9x13. And you can see I've put parchment in my 9x13. And I want that to extend up the sides so that it's easier to take out once these bars are done. 2 eggs, 2/3 cup of oil, and I also need 3 tablespoons of water. So I combine those ingredients and put those in my pan and bake these according to the package directions. When they come out of the oven, I want to let them cool down to room temperature, and that'll take 20 to 30 minutes. And then I'm going to put them in the refrigerator for another 30 minutes so that the other ingredients that I add are easier to spread on the top of these brownies. I'm going to also add, there's some chunky peanut butter, some creamy peanut butter, some chocolate chips, and some Rice Krispies. So those, I'll come back and show you where those come in after these are done baking. Our brownies have baked and cooled, and then I put them in the refrigerator to cool even more. And on top of that, I'm going to spread our chunky peanut butter, and I have 1.5 cups of that, and we're going to spread that over the top. Over in my bowl, I'm going to melt here in a second, 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Add those to a bigger bowl, along with 1 cup of creamy peanut butter. And I will melt that in the microwave and then show you what I do with it in just a second. Okay, so I took my 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips and my 1 cup of creamy peanut butter, and I melted those in the microwave at 30-second intervals, and it took about 1.5 minutes. Now I'm going to add my Rice Krispies. I have 3 cups of those. Mix those in. And then this is going to go over the top of my chunky peanut butter layer. And then I'll wait for that to set up, and these bars will be ready to serve. Hello, and welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. I'm still going strong on the whole ice cream thing. We have a local place that we like to go get ice cream, but I wanted to make some peaches Foster and some other things to go along with some peaches that we have to use those up, and I decided what better to go with it than homemade vanilla ice cream. So I'm going to make up some vanilla and put that in the freezer. So I have my pan on the stove, and what I need to do over a medium to medium high heat for right now, I'm going to add in, just for plain vanilla ice cream, I have about 4.5 cups of whole milk. See if I can get that in there without spilling. And the nice thing about vanilla ice cream is you can have about anything with it and change the flavor that way. I also have 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. And then I have 1.5 cups of just plain sugar. So I'm going to cook those until the sugar dissolves, and I will actually be able to see some bubbles forming along the edge. I don't want it to boil, but I do want to cook that thoroughly to get those enzymes going. So I'll come back when I'm ready to show you the next step. Okay, so our vanilla ice cream, the beginnings of it at least, have been on the stove for just a little while, and I did drop the heat down a little bit to make sure the milk doesn't scorch and the sugar in this doesn't burn. I was thinking though just the other day about if you look at the ingredients on store purchased ice cream and those kinds of things and all the additives, and what a better way to actually make sure you don't get all of those than to make your own at home. And it's really not that difficult. So it's just kind of a nice thing to know that you're saving yourself some of those extra additives. Okay, so this is just beginning to get hot enough. You can see a little bit of foam starting to form around the edges and the steam rising off it. I'm just going to give another minute, and then I'm ready to transfer it to a bowl that I can actually put in the refrigerator and add the vanilla to it. Okay, and like I said, we'll have this with, I'll make some peaches Foster, and I don't like bananas, so I don't want bananas Foster, so what better than the peaches that are fresh that I can get from the orchard. And okay, so that's just about there. We've done several of these ice cream recipes. We did a fresh peach one to use up some of the peaches that I had. We did a strawberry shortcake one, a chocolate that's a really creamy, almost a mousse texture for the chocolate one we did. We did a cookies and cream one, peanut butter cup, which is really a peanut butter ice cream with peanut butter cups in it, and now vanilla. And I think I'm gonna stop once I do. There's one more I wanna do to show you, which is a brownie fudge ice cream. So I'll do that one at a later time, but that should give you a variety of different ice creams to try in your ice cream freezer. Okay, I'm gonna remove that from the heat. It's starting to foam. I'm gonna put this down in my sink because I don't trust myself when I pour. Look at that, I got it all in there. Almost no slopping. So I have my ice cream base, and to that I'm going to add the vanilla. And I doubled my recipe, so I have to double the vanilla I have. So I'm going to use a tablespoon and a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm doing this left-handed again, which is not a good plan. Some of you can probably do things equally as well with both hands, but I am not one of those people. Okay, so I want to stir that in, and then I'm going to just loosely cover this and put it in the refrigerator. And I need to chill this for at least 2 hours before I put it in my ice cream maker. It would probably be better if I did it a little bit longer, but we'll just see what time has in store for us. But again, I'm going to cover it, put it in the fridge, and then I will show you the finished product, and maybe even with the peach Foster. Thanks for joining us for this session of Cooking with Some Friends. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And find us on Facebook at Cooking with Some Friends.